how do we write an algorithm? So when you're writing an algorithm, you want to think about a couple of things. One, what's the problem that you have to solve? Two, what are the inputs? Three, what are the outputs? Four, is the solution correct? Does it do what it's supposed to do? And then five, you want to think about what are the constraints? Like, does it have to finish in a certain amount of time? Does it have to make sure that a particular thing happens? Does it only work on a certain kind of inputs? So when we're thinking about how to write an algorithm, sort of the best way to go about it is make a plan, make an outline, something like that, an outline. Think about the code you need to make that happen. In our case, we're going to do Python code. And then the last thing you want to do is check it. So run your code on some examples and make sure it does what you think it does. So we're going to try it just once with this question. It says, write an algorithm to print all the even numbers from 1 to 100. So write an algorithm to print all the even numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so what do I need to do? Let's make our plan. Our plan is make a list of even numbers from 1 to 100. So I'm going to first make a list of even numbers from 1 to 100. The second thing I want to do is print every element of my list. Okay, so then if I think about the code that would make this happen, the way I can make a list of numbers is by using that range function that we talked about before. And if I want to do something for each element of my list, I'm going to use a for loop, and I'm going to use this print function, okay? So I'm going to start by making a list of the even numbers. So list, the way we can do that is we can say range from, I'm going to start at 2 because that's the first even number from 2 to 100. I'm going to end at 101 because remember, when you're using the range, it ends 1 earlier than that last number. And then I'm going to count by 2s. And the reason I'm going to count by 2s is because I want to make sure that I only get even numbers. So I'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the list, 2, 4, 6, 8, up to 100. Okay, so that's my first sort of part of my outline. So what do I want to do? I want to use a for loop. For x in this list, range 2, 101, 2, put a colon to make a block, right? And then I indent when I'm doing a for loop. What do I want to do? I want to print the element. So print x. And that's it. That's all I want to do, right? So I would put this into Python Tutor, check and make sure that the output is what you hoped it would be.